you have the means to pay for it? You know what I mean? Because I'm sure 13 million. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt him that much.
Shit.
Chris Brown built a music catalog capable of paying him for decades, but a judge has reportedly ruled that money from his royalties and tour income can be pursued to satisfy a nearly $13 million judgment. And this raises much a bigger question for the music industry. What does owning your music really protect? Because an artist may still own the catalog while somebody receive some of the money is generated. Now tonight, we're going to break down the difference between owning your music, controlling your income, and protecting the wealth that music creates. Artists are constantly told to own their masters because music can pay for the rest of their lives. But royalties are still income, and income can be collected as a target when a major judgment goes unpaid. Now, Chris Brown may continue owning his music while some of his money generated by the music is redirected before it even reaches him. That's the difference between owning the assets and controlling every dollar the asset produced. So, a Los Angeles judge granted Maria Avila request to pursue qualifying payments from Chris Brown's tour income and royalties towards satisfying her nearly $13 million judgment. Brown objected, and he could seek reconsideration or appeal. Do it! Let's break down everything of what happened. So the housekeepers began working at his house. Sisters Maria and Patricia, they were hired to clean Chris Brown's home in Tarzana, California, around November 2020. They knew dogs were on the property, but they said the animals were normally secured away from areas where they worked. Now, Maria was attacked in December of 2020. Maria went into the backyard to empty a vacuum cleaner. She encountered a roughly 200-pound Caucasian Shepherd used to guard the property. The dog attacked Maria, biting her face, her arm, her leg. According to court testimony and reporting, she suffered permanent facial and arm scarring, nerve damage, partial vision loss, mobility problems, emotional trauma, and injuries requiring hospitalization, surgeries, and skin graft. Now, her sister Patricia witnessed the aftermath and said she suffered serious emotional distress. Now, why is Chris Brown being sued? The lawsuit accused Brown and his company, Black Pyramid LLC, of failing to keep the property reasonably safe and failing to protect the housekeepers from a dangerous dog. This was a civil lawsuit, not a criminal dog attack prosecution. The central question was whether Brown was financially responsible for the injuries suffered by someone working at his home. And Chris Brown's defense was saying Brown argued that they had warned the sisters that the dogs were dangerous and that they should not enter certain areas without security. The sisters disputed receiving that warning. They also raised a language barrier issue that called into question whether such a warning had been properly communicated. Brown additionally testified that Hayes was used by the security operation to protect the property from stalkers and intruders. So the dog, it wasn't Chris Brown dog, it was the dog of the security people that was on the premises. It wasn't simply just like a household pet. And Chris Brown acknowledged leaving before paramedics arrived. He said he was shocked by the blood and followed advice to leave because his presence could create a media circus. Emergency assistance was nevertheless summoned. Now, what the jury did After 2 weeks of a trial in Los Angeles, a jury sided with the Avila family on June 30th, 2026. And the recipients and the rewards, Maria was rewarded $12.9 million.
That's crazy.
The sister Patricia was awarded $885,000.
That's crazy.
And Maria's husband, Oscar, was given $50,000.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Why his royalties and touring income became involved after securing a judgment, Maria still had to collect the money. Her attorneys claimed Brown had not made payments and asked the court for access to qualifying entertainment income. A judge reportedly allowed her to pursue certain payments from touring income, music royalties, and other qualifying entertainment revenue. This did not mean Maria owns Chris Brown's catalog or masters. It just means certain money generated by his career may potentially be redirected, towards her.
Damn! Just to break it down like that, it's well deserved on their half. You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't his dog, you know what I'm saying? It was on his premises. It was his security company that he hired. You know what I mean? So he's liable for that, period. But the fact that they could come after the royalties is like, that's crazy because, why is that necessary? Unless you don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy because if you got the money, you just pay it, then they don't have to, or pay it or, take it out of your check that way. Like, why go after the royalties if you have the means to pay for it? You know what I mean? Because I'm sure 13 million, it ain't gonna hurt him that much.
Shit. You know who had a similar situation like that? The Game. Now I'm saying the Game lawsuit provided, the Game lawsuit proved that a judgment doesn't only threaten the money an artist already has. It can follow the money the artist haven't even earned yet. When the Game released new music, certain royalties and payments connected to his career could be redirected towards his 7.1 million judgment. The company pays him could be instructed to bypass him and pay the creditors. Now, this is what makes the Chris Brown situation bigger than one dog attack lawsuit. If the reported collection ordered survivors, his legals challenge, the issue isn't simply whether Chris Brown has 13 million sitting in the bank or not. The issue is whether the people paying him for touring and music can be ordered to redirect qualifying money before he ever receives it. Artists tell us that owning music create generational wealth, and that's true. But the Game case revealed the other side. A catalog also creates a traceable stream of income. When a judgment follows you, every album, royalty statements, and future payment can potentially become another opportunity for a creditor to collect. So it's kind of deeper than the fact of her just, the 13 million that she's getting. Yeah, Chris Brown can definitely get that out of his bank account. I know he got that for sure.
Right.
But for her to go after his royalties, it kind of shows that, one, she haven't received payment, and this whole thing happened. Remember, it started 2020, and what
in the butt?
What year did they say everything was awarded? I think it said in 20. It was of this year, so that's down there like 5-6 years of you not working and like that, and you not being paid. So I guess she's doing that as a way to try to force him into giving her some type of payment.
Oh, really?
But just overall, at the end of the day, a 200-pound German Shepherd. You telling me that looking dainty like some little Chihuahua? Like even Chihuahua.
That's a big ass dog.
Exactly. So why the would you bring your ass in the area where you know that dog will be at without being monitored or whatever it is.
They did mention that they knew that they had dogs on premises, and they would put the dogs away when they were in their workspaces. So I guess, she out there working and they didn't put the dog away. You know what I'm saying? They were responsible for putting knowing that the housekeepers was there, and you still got the dog out in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were saying, that they would put the dogs away or they wouldn't be around in their work area or their workspace. So it's irresponsible on that person who was handling the dog. Really. Shit, Chris Brown ought to sue his ass.
Hey man, so you gonna tell me 94.6 of y'all are not subscribed?
What are y'all doing? Hit that subscribe button and put notifications on all.
Now let's get to the video.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Are you a fan of my brand and want to show your support? Well, I got some awesome merch for you to check out today. I got everything from stylish t-shirts featuring my logo to cozy hoodies that are perfect for those chilly nights. And don't forget about the signature hats and mugs. Whether you heading out to a concert, running errands, or just hanging out with friends, my merch is the perfect way to show your love for the brand. And the best part, I got some exclusive deals and discounts going on right now. So what you waiting for? Head over to the store, grab your favorite item before they gone.
Yo, you now rocking with Klasic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.